Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I did some work off camera. Don't know where I left off at the last episode, but I changed some things around where this NuGet package test or NuGet host is now a package host. It doesn't actually reference the package. It references the project as an analyzer. And the reason I'm doing this is because it was becoming too hard to have it point to the right place at the right build with release and versioning. And I said, this is too much. Now, actually, though, there is one thing I wanted to do here. It's not show all files. It is, I thought there was a way to, was it this? Yeah, I want to make this. So now let's switch to the, there we go. And I wanted to do that just because I wanted the folders to be same. And I thought there is a view to do that in the Solution Explorer. So got that done. So once I confirmed, I believe, oh, now you're going to be a pain in the butt. Are you not going to refresh all the things? Well, okay, I'm going to have to apparently shut down Setup again. And now I can't find package host. I'm going to do some manual file editing. Hold on. We're back. So I had to edit the solution file. So it didn't say, oh, you're in a new directory. Whatever. But you'll notice here that if I do this with the unmanaged struct thing, implementing an interface, this works fine. So this is not a bug. This works just fine. So, okay, good. But we do have one here that is legitimate. That is this class struct unmanaged. And it's because it's because the ordering of the constraints is not correct. Now, trying to find this ordering was kind of interesting. I was given this document to look at and this document, and the problem is that, what is this? What is this called? Bacchus Nor form or something, or BNF, which I never took comp sci. So I've kind of seen this occasionally here or there in my life, but I've never had to really look at this. But I'm kind of like, okay, I get kind of what it's supposed to be doing. I kind of sort of gleaned from this and some trial and error in Sharp Lab that what we want to do is come back over here and say, not null and unmanaged should go first, then your class constraint or your struct constraint, you can't be both. Then your type constraints, and let's not assume ordering, classes have to go first, then interfaces, and then the constructor constraint, and that should take care of it. Now the funny thing is here, is this is taking a, so this is a test case. Yes, so I'm probably going to want to put in, this is interesting that it comes back with unmanaged and struct if you say unmanaged, but whatever, you can apparently say that, right? Unmanaged struct. See, that actually yells at you, but this is because this is telling me that if I say where T is struct or T is unmanaged, that what I should see is the expected constraint of that. That's actually kind of surprising that that's what this comes out with, because we get the constraints from the type parameter symbol. I'm going to take a look at that a little bit more, but we definitely need to do some reordering here and have some, and I was kind of like, how do I test this? Well, you have an interface being passed in. Well, I could just mock it. And I'm like, you're writing a mocking library to mock. Never mind. So let's do this to fix it. First, keep that up. Do we need the test generator? Well, probably. Do we need this anymore? I don't think so. I think we can close it. Why wasn't it closing? I thought the keystroke I did was closing it. And we can close that. Okay. So let's do not null and unmanaged first. based on, I'm going to put these in here right away. What I've read here. Okay, so we do that, then class constraint. Or struct as value type constraint. And it would be one or the other, but then type constraint. We're going to do constraint types where dot is interface. Is there like a class? What is this? This is it's an I type some. Oh. Okay, so if it's a value type not. If it's not a value type, then we do this. And then we do where it is a, wait. Yeah, you can't, yeah, that's right. You can't constrain to a struct because that doesn't make any sense because you can't inherit from a struct. So I couldn't say here thing. Well, I got to type the right name. Yeah, so that makes sense. So we want to crud. There's no way to tell. No, there is. Type kind is equal to, I don't know why it doesn't interface. And then I keep forgetting that this thing exists. Class. There. Okay. So we'll do the classes first and the interfaces. And then the constructor constraint would be the last one. We don't need to do that again. That would be bad. What? I was like, what is it doing? Go away. Go away. No, I don't want your... Whatever. Okay, so that should be all of it. Okay. Now let's run the tests we do have and see what comes up. Because I don't think this would actually break anything here. You know, I could always be surprised. Yeah, one failed. And before I forget, I want a test case for unmanaged and interface test case for class and interface. Okay. Now, what failed? Oh, this is why you have tests. This is why you have tests. Because it's not a... So what could I do here? If I have T and U, okay, class thing, that's fine. But can you do... No. So that's interesting because it's... Oh yeah, we expected it to be T is U, but because we're not grabbing those are in here. So what we want is then interfaces, then other generic type parameters. Okay. Let's try this now. Testing is good. Having good coverage on your tests is even better. Like not code coverage, but that you're actually covering your cases, and see now it passes. Okay, so let's put in a public interface I thing. It doesn't matter. And then we're going to say public class target where T is unmanaged I thing. And what we would expect is to see that. Okay. I believe that's, if I capture the code, yeah, it's doing the interface first and then saying struct. Oh, struct. Okay, it's not even unmanaged. Struct. Stucked. Struct. You could say unmanaged too, but. And then if I said here, That's the one I wanted. Then if I have a class, public class thing, public interface, I think, public class target where T is thing, I thing. Now run this. And they all pass. Now here's the big test. What we want to do up here is do the pixel shader. Okay. So we do have the breakpoint in the right spot. Yes. And are we? Yep. So let's run it under the debugger and let's see if we actually get any failures. And it was true. We have a bunch of warnings. Yeah, but those are, I think, ones that we ignore those down at the bottom anyway. So cool. That fixed it. All right. So now we have a constraint ordering has been fixed in certain cases, e.g. I'm going to say here, it was failing when there were struct and interface constraints. Resolved. Constraint ordering. Okay, so now we've got compute sharp. Yep, we got that good. Okay, come on, CSLA. Let's check you out. Let's see what the problem is with CSLA. So do that. Comment you out. Comment you out and put you in. And let's see what we get. Okay, so we get the same errors in both places. And I believe that this is a problem where we're trying to pass in, like for a criteria base, something T, and we're just saying, well, it can be object. You know, it can just be some random type. But I don't think that's true. You can't do that with CSLA. It has to be of a specific type. So like business space. If we did business space over a is it public class X is equal to, no, derives from business base. No, don't do that because I want to keep that there. So if you look at the constraints here, I believe that, like, how is that constrained? I think it's, thank you, that took forever. Yeah, so it has to be of that type to work. Okay. And this again is getting into one of those things of with this code generator, I don't want it to be like so super smart that it's going to handle all these different kinds of constraint cases and go, oh, here's your type, because that's a hole down into nowhere. So what I can do is let's grab the CSLA version here and let's come over to here and put that in there. And then let's just have a test in here to say run business base case. Okay. And we don't have that, but we will. So we're going to say static void this. And now what I want is a public class customer, which derives from business base of customer. Okay. And now, hey, look at some analyzers showing up there, because who wrote those? All right. So what this is saying is we should be able to say var expectations is equal to rock.create of customer. and then expectations dot methods dot like delete, because I'm guessing there's a method on there called delete, right? I guess I should put in here too that I can actually mock is equal to expectations instance. Oh, this will be fun with mock dot create expectations verify. This will be fun because with CSLA, you're technically not supposed to call it, but oh, well, that's cute. What happened here? It was lighting everything up and then, well, that's cute. So we get some ambiguity here. And I feel like these videos, what I'm doing is I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I can't figure this all out. And so then I'm like, I don't know. Well, we can do this. We can come back over here and we can do this. And we can pull this simple definition here for now. We'll get rid of it eventually, except I didn't want you to okay. So what we want to do here is say, well, what am I trying to do here? If I said business base of customer, that wouldn't match because this is saying it needs to, it's taking forever to go there again. It's an abstract class. You didn't go to the right spot. I want the one that's, I want this one. Because T has to be a business base of T. Well, if I pass in business base of customer, where customer is a business base of customer, for some reason it, oh, I'm being stupid. Wait, no, not, there, okay. That's what I'm actually trying to say. But the T actually has to be something I've defined that is a business base of T, which a customer is. And it kind of sort of does what I want. And so I think we have, yes, okay. So, which one is running? Okay, let's find out what happens here. Because I definitely think I do have some name collisioning going on, which we don't want. This should say false. 17. Oh, that's a whole bunch of mess. Yeah, well, you know, it only did one. Wait, that's not what I wanted you to do. What did you say here? Does generator have any... It doesn't. Well, then how is it... That doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not even coming up with any code. Is this one of those cases where this is actually wrong? Oh yeah, that's a whole bunch of mess. That's totally wrong. What in the... That ain't right. That's an understatement. So we're saying var, we would want to get here. Wait, am I there? Get referenceable name. Where is this? Get ref. Yes, that's what I want. Oh, crap. Well, I'm referencing the project. And isn't this code generation test? So those should be available. Unless that's not a... Oh, it's a type. Ugh. That's unfortunate. Oh. We don't want the full name. We just want the name, right? Because in this case, like that was taking too long. It should have gotten right there. What is full name? That's not remotely good. Because what are we passing in here? Yeah. And how... I mean, I guess here I could be like, well, just give back what you think it should be. Because that would work, but it doesn't. That gives a whole bunch of crap back, and that's not what we want. So, yeah. Again, going to have to do some work off camera because I'm hitting time. But I do think from what I saw in the other way of doing this that there's definitely a problem. And I can't see what it is because of the wonders of the way Rocks works. Yeah, it's saying, oh, I can't generate files. Well, yes, you can. You're just not seeing them. Maybe this is a case where I wanted to actually output the files because I think it's outputting something here. It's just not, I can't see it. So that ain't good. And really what we want to create here is we could do a customer or we could do a business base of customer. I guess it wouldn't matter in either way because they're not one and the same, but they should give me the same answer more or less. Customer is definitely mockable or should be. So the fact that it's not working is a different story, but I need to get a way to grab the test generation and specifically the type name. And I have to think about how far down the rabbit hole I really want to go with this. I mean, did I stop it? I think I stopped it. No, stop. No, stop. Where did I do get code? And then I had a extension here. Yeah, I get type definition. This isn't complete. This is definitely not going to work because if I just say self full name there, it's, yeah, okay. I'll have to think about this. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.